Hello everybody and welcome to Good Life Vibes. I'm Alexandra and today I want to talk about what does it mean to get married on a leap year, if it's good omen to do so, and in general what does a leap year brings. First of all, I want to say that every 4 years we have a leap year. This means that we add one more day to the calculation of a year. That is, a normal year has 365 days and a leap year has 366 days. And the month of February, which in general has 28 days, gets one extra day on a leap year. So we have 29 days. Why it happens this? Well, the explanation is very complicated and it's about astronomy and the rotation of the Earth and rotation of the Earth around the Sun. The point is, we have, on a short explanation, we have to adjust the time to the solar time so that it aligns the time on Earth with the rotation of the Earth. And first, Julius Caesar introduced this concept of leap year, but this was every 2 years, not every 4 years. And then the Pope Gregory XIII, he readjusted the time, and his astronomer calculated with a difference of 22 seconds the miscoordination, let's say, between the speed of rotation of the Earth around its axis and around the Sun. And every 4 years we have to add one more day to February. Of course, I know my explanation kind of sucks because it's not scientific, but more or less this is it about, because it's a difference of several hours every year, and every 4 years we get this extra day to realign ourselves with the solar time. Good. People have to know just that every 4 years we have a 29th of February. When you are born on 29th of February, in general, many countries adopt the rule to put you on the 1st of March so that you can celebrate your day, your birthday. Other countries write 29th of February in the birth certificate, so it depends where you are on the planet Earth. There are 1 billion superstitions about a leap year, and there are many ideas. For instance, the Irish think that during a leap year a woman can propose a man. Other things that leap year brings bad omen and the death of presidents or kings or diseases or natural calamities. Other countries, on the contrary, they say, no, the leap year is so good, we have to enjoy it. It brings good luck and it brings evolution to the people. So at the end, you are so puzzled that you're going to live your leap year in agreement and in alignment with your own destiny and your life choices. But I got many questions about what you have to do during a leap year, if you it's okay to get married or not. Well, this is a Greek superstition that says that it's bad luck to get married on a leap year because it brings widowhood and it brings problems between husband and wife that will lead to a divorce, separation, or a very unhappy marriage. Okay, so it's true, and there are also some explanations why it happens, which I will provide you today. And also there are some exceptions. That's why I was like, true, not true, sort of true, nah. So, let's see. 29th of February, it's a day outside the time. It's a day that is added to the month in a forced way. It's a day that is created by people. Of course, the calendar is created by people, but it's somehow a forced entry in the calendar to rectify something that is not accurate and to make it accurate. But this day is a hypothetical day in the calendar. Going back to the marriage, you transmute the meaning of a day into your day-to-day life. That is, you are trying to make something bad look good. So, going deeper to the symbolism, you are trying to hide some bad things under a mask and you pretend everything is fine when actually is nothing at all fine. You try to rectify something wrong. And in general, the people who get married on a leap year, no matter the date of the marriage, they have a sort of karmic meeting. It's about past lives when the souls didn't succeed in solving their communication and relationship problems. So they try to rectify something now. But choosing the date of a marriage on a leap year, it's like a statement of the souls where they claim that actually they are not prepared for this kind of marriage and they are going to experience the frustration and the fury, like burning. The couple turns into a symbolical phoenix bird, who is, the phoenix bird is having a life, and then when it gets old, it burns, and from the ashes born a new bird, a new phoenix bird, more smart, having all the attributes of its ancestors and all the experiences. So each time the bird is getting better and better and smarter and more experienced and more experienced. But the point is, getting married on a leap year, it's like first you are the phoenix burning down. And in general, the marriages that took place on such a year, have some problems. The good news is, there are some exceptions. When a soul, so we go back to karma, and we say that it's the story of two souls who tried to solve their problems along the time. They couldn't, and they decided to go to a leap year, to marriage, and they'll have a very tense, with up and downs marriage, so they can experience the fury, the deception, the crying, and of course the healing of the soul. But There are some evolved souls, because souls don't have the same speed of evolution, and maybe I will make a recording about this. But there are souls who got more evolved along the time, while the other soul, your partner, didn't evolve so much. So you meet your old partner in this new lifetime, and you kind of choose to drag him or her behind you and push them towards evolution. So there exist some very, very, very few exceptions of people who are happily married and the marriage occurred on a leap year. But it's something compulsory. We can't skip this. The chart of one of them, or both charts, astrograms, that's the chart, they must have something very powerful within them. So maybe you have a grand trine. I talk astrology now, and I assure you, if you don't know astrology, you have to ask for a specialist if you have these things on your chart. Don't just do it by yourself, because that's very deep, the analysis. But for those who know astrology, you have to have a grand trine or a pyramid on your chart. Of course, also you can have the Star of David on your chart. You must have, you or your partner, or lucky case, both of you, one of them can have only direct planets. That means you are in a new cycle of reincarnation, you go to another level. And good aspects, trines, sextiles to Venus and Mars. These are the exceptions that can allow or can give a permission to a couple to get married. But at the end of the day, you know what? We can let astrology aside, and marriage, and letting the superstitions and spirituality and everything aside. The marriage is from my point of view at least, it's when people meet and they have things in common. Because if you think you can be happy in a marriage with a partner who is completely different from you, you can forget it. Sooner or later the troubles will show up. And you meet somebody, you have very many things in common, or you think alike, or you share the same story, and you decide to go along the life path together. But there is no rule for success, because we evolve in different ways. We are different at the end of the day. So you can have a worst astrogram on planet Earth, which it doesn't exist. All astrograms are good. It depends how you make use of your planet. But you can have, let's say, for worst aspects, very tense astrogram. And you can be much more smart and much more mature than a person who has the most beautiful, like all trines and all sextiles chart. And that person has no idea about life, while you know many things about life, and you can handle the marriage. So marriage is a matter of charts, of course. It's a matter of fate and destiny, and it's a matter of cooperation between the partners. But I told you, you asked, I answered. What does it mean to get married on a leap year? And one more question, I got one more question that I want to answer to. It's about the kids born on a leap year. These kids are very special, very smart, and they have an amazing mission in their life. It's that mission is about bringing the equilibrium in the life, the balance in the life of the others, and healing their heart, their soul, their body. And they make amazing healers and doctors and psychologists and therapists and motivational speakers and so on. So kids born on a leap year were very special with a very special mission. If you ask me if I would get married on a leap year, going back to marriage, perhaps not. I wouldn't. Uh, or at least I can talk with my partner and say, okay, we can get engaged, and like a spiritual engagement. Because if you are the one for me, 1 year more of waiting, it doesn't matter, because you don't wait at all, you actually enjoy your partner. And in some countries, this custom of, oh, we have to book a restaurant and there is no space and the restaurant has to, people, marriage is about, and the act of getting married is about spending it and celebrating it with people you care. Do you think that they will care more if you book a restaurant where you have golden plates, let's say? No, of course not. They are happy that you get married and you are happy for doing it. So I really think it doesn't matter the location so much, but rather who you have around you and how do you feel about it. So I wouldn't get married on a leap year. Okay, luckily my chart has a trine. I can get married. I'm on those 10% of the people who can do it whenever they want it. But if I didn't have these aspects in the chart, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. So beware, I explained what are the exceptions and when you can do it. What you have to have on your chart or on your partner chart, on both charts, to get married. So that's the story about the leap year, and I will make a special recording about the 29th of February. What does it mean? What it brings? How it influences us? And that was the recording. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, write to me. I love to read your messages and I'm so happy. I enjoy reading your messages every time you write to me. And see you to the future recordings. Bye.